Greetings from WPLAY, where we play all day, but we talk about things you need to know. CD Broadcasting, Charles and Daphne, here to tell you about someone you definitely need to know, the source of wealth, Miss Gwendolyn Green. Thanks for coming on the broadcast today, Miss Green. I've been talking to this wonderful lady and finding more about how you are what I've seen as a source of wealth, but you also have given opportunity for everyone to gain this knowledge by creating an academy, the Source of Wealth Academy, where they can learn how to create generational wealth for themselves and their family. Today, we're going to walk through some of those places you can go. I want you to visit the website, The Source of Wealth, visit the website, Generational Wealth, but you can also reach out to Ms. Gwendolyn Green. She is there as the Source of Wealth. Welcome to the show today, Ms. Green. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored. How are you?
Doing so well, man. I don't know. I used to say I had so many. It must have been another one of me because I was getting double the burdens, but now I'm saying it must have been, yeah, it was two of me. I feel like I'm getting double the blessings. So I'm just that I met you, and I am so happy to share you with everyone in the world, because this source of wealth can be used to create generational wealth, that you're giving knowledge for people to get this online. You do it on the phone consultations. I know that personally, but how can they learn? How can they get tapped into you, Ms. Green, the source of wealth?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank you for having me on the WD Play All Day. Amen. Well, the source of wealth is, and I know you know the true source of wealth, but but I thank you for that. I have been helping people start businesses for over 30 years. I started when I was 27. Well, actually, let me back up. I started my first business when I was 12 years old. And I just went from there. I've always been an entrepreneur. I tell people that I've been purposely unemployed for 30 years. I run my own businesses. And I help other people start businesses. I also like to create businesses that provide employment for other people as well, because everyone is not cut out to be a business owner. A lot of people don't want to be a business owner. So I help people start businesses in order to provide jobs as well. So I've been doing this for 30 years, been blessed to be able and more.
You've also written several books that I want to get into, but the story that I got, and what made my wife just say, I'm going to buy this book now, was when this lady says, I purchased my first real estate and I had $35. I just got to talk to a realtor right now. They're like, yeah, you got your closing costs, you got the upfront money, you got your earnest money. I'm like, look, don't give me all that. I found a source of wealth. I know exactly what I need to have. So yeah, we got it. It's all good. But $35, can you share with everyone? I mean, everyone would love to know how in the world did a person purchase real estate with 30. We're not talking about swampland. We're not talking about, back alley, or what I'm saying. Would you share that with our viewers?
I'll be happy to. Well, I started investing in real estate. I was 27. I had $35 in the bank. I purchased the carton sheets, no money down program, long time ago. The original, I call him the original gangster. He's the original. Anyone doing real estate investing now, if it's 20 years, 15 years, they learned it from him. He was the godfather. I purchased the program and I knew nothing about real estate. And he gave a script. He said, you make 10 phone calls and you read this script. And I did it. I was shaking in my boots. I made the first phone call. And I said, if we could go to settlement in 2 weeks, would you be willing to hold the second note? And they said, yes. Made the second call. Yes. The third call, yes. So finally I said, wait a minute, maybe I'm just calling in the low income places and they just want to get rid of these houses. So I started calling the more affluent areas, the higher prices. Well, they were saying yes faster. Yes, 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 because the more the house costs, the longer it sits on the market. So they're more motivated. So I said, wow, this thing is something. I got one no out of the whole 10 calls. And a few minutes later, she called me back and she said, "What are you, a real estate investor?" And I said, "Well, I'm trying to be. I don't know what I am. I'm just learning." And she said, "I have a lot of clients." She said, "I'm a realtor." She said, "I have a lot of clients who will take that deal." So all that one no turned into many yes. And so now we fast forward. I had to have initially $2,500 down. And I went to the closing and I wrote about it in my book, The Mandate Fulfilled, Bring God's People Out of Debt, how I walked the entire way downtown because I had so much faith that God would bless me with this money that I walked and I'm looking on the ground looking for this $2,500. And I'm walking the entire way and I'm just I get to the courthouse and the gentleman, he sees me. He said, "Miss Green, come on, we've been waiting for you." And I'm terrified. We get in and I'm just sitting there and I don't know, they're putting papers in front of me and I'm signing the papers. I get to, and the whole time my faith is still not shaking. I'm looking under the table. I'm like, God is not going to forsake me. This money is going to show up. I'm just waiting for this money. I get to the last piece of paper to sign. And I'm praying the whole time under my breath, like, "Oh God, please help me, help me, help me." And I heard, "Tell them you don't have the money." And I'm almost in tears. I'm like, "Oh no, God, you did not bring me this far to leave me." And I said, "Oh, they're gonna think I'm a fool," all of these negative things that go through our minds. So I sat there and I said, "I'm so sorry." I said, "I don't have the money." And I didn't have it because I had my own business going and everything. And God just shut down every avenue for the money to come. The city didn't pass the budget. A large portion of my money came from the city contracts. So I had the money, but I couldn't get it. And God just shut every door. And the reason he did it, my mother was a powerful woman of prayer. And when I told her God wants me to invest in real estate, she said, "Gwendolyn, if it's from God, you'll get it with no money." And I knew her to be such a powerful woman of faith that those words chilled me to my bones because I knew I was going to have to go in there and get it with no money. And so I said, "Okay, I don't have the money." And they said, and they looked, the husband and wife looked at each other and they smiled and they said, "Oh, that's no problem." They said, "Well, just let us know when you have the money." And I said, "Okay." And I got ready to get up from the table. I'm trying to get away so these tears can fall. I'm embarrassed. I'm heartbroken. God, why have you forsaken me? I want to get somewhere and have a word with God. Like I knew you wasn't going to let me down, God. What happened? And they said, "Oh, wait, you didn't sign the last paper." So I said, "Oh." So I signed the last paper and I got, "Okay, thank you." They said, "Oh, we have to file the paperwork." And the attorney was there. We went over to file the paperwork. And I said, "Well, how much does that cost?" And they said, "Oh, $35." And I laughed. I said, "Well, I have that." And they said, "Oh, no, we'll take care of that. We'll take care of that." And we filed the paperwork and I'm trying to get away. I'm still like mortified. I'm trying to get out. And I said, "Okay, well, I'll call you when I have the money." And he said, "Oh, Miss Green, wait, you forgot your keys and your papers work." He said, "Congratulations." So he shakes my hand and I walk out with my keys to my house. Apparently, I had purchased a house with no money, So I walk out and I get on the bus. I'm heading home and I said, "God, what happened?" And I heard the currency of favor. Now, that is so important. That word right there, the currency of favor. Because what we limit God because we think he has to do it our way. I knew that money was going to show up. I knew God wouldn't forsake me, but he didn't need money. He operates on the currency of favor. And I saw that same currency of favor show up in my life time and time again. I went on to buy 3 more houses with no money down. And I even got money back at settlement. And I've done this over and over and over. Just recently, I went to settlement, got a check for $750. And the seller, he's running, the investor, he's running around the closing office saying, have you ever seen anybody do this? And they're like, we've never seen anything like this. 20 years I've been doing this. And that's the only way I've bought real estate all kind of ways, auctions, everywhere. But my favorite is no money down. So that was how I started. And to just so people wouldn't say, oh, that was a fluke. I built wealth. God had me give it away, gave it away, everything, business, houses, and I had to do it again. Again, I had $35 in the bank. There's someone who understands numerology. Please tell me what this 35 means, because it seems to be a number. Somebody said 5 is faith, 3 is Trinity. It's a perfect Trinity, so it's perfect faith. And I tell you, that is how I built wealth from $35 in the bank into a 6-figure net worth that never ends.
And the Source of Wealth Academy is where they can actually learn how to purchase real estate. But you also have the generational wealth. I want you to tell our viewer, a lot of people are watching this, they're going to see it on Facebook, but the way that we're doing it, I'm able to upload pieces of this to different platforms. So this one, I just want you to tell us, if you can tell us about the generational wealth, the network, the group that you have that's on Facebook, and you have a website, if you'll give us that. And of course, I think you can walk us through those too.
Wonderful. All right. So the Generational Wealth Empowerment Network, that is an organization that I put together just very recently. I put up the Facebook group, created October the 8th, my birthday, and we are up to 118 members. I put the website up, and I have a passion for helping people. Not only all of these years have I been blessed, but I've had the opportunity to help other people break free from debt and poverty. People who were living in the projects on welfare, and now we're seeing the results into the 3rd generation, where they're homeowners and business owners. And these are hundreds of women. I was so bold, and I would go knock on people's door in the projects and tell them, you don't have to live here. You can become a homeowner, and you can become a business owner. Yeah, I was hot. I would knock on the doors, and yeah, I mean, and they would, and I would hold them by their hand. I would say, what kind of house you want? And we would go, and they'd be terrified, and I'm like, nope, we're going. And so I was on fire, man. I was a radical. And business ownership, because houses cost money. Yeah, everything that we do costs money. So business ownership is a way that I found that we can control how much money we have coming in. We can control our wealth and our net worth. So business ownership is taught in the Source of Wealth. Mindset development, budgeting, credit development. And these are all things: real estate investing, business credit. So these are all programs that are taught in the Source of Wealth. That's the core. Now, the generational wealth came about because in 2018, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. And it spread. It was a battle. I lost 70 pounds. And the doctor said, it's nothing, it's spreading. And I'm a woman of faith. And I said, oh, well, okay, that just means God have to show up and do something. And he did the miraculous. He did the miraculous. In 3 months, the 2 new tumors had, the one smallest one was completely gone. The second new one had shrunk down. The one that had grown massive, like 13 centimeters, by 9, had shrunk down to 5 by 4 in 3 months. In another 3 months, it shrunk down to 3 in point something centimeters, and the second tumor was completely gone. And the doctor said, Miss Green, we've never seen anything like this. She said, we want to do a study on you. And I said, that's lovely. They used immune therapy, which God had given me the day that I woke up from surgery with 25 staples holding me together and a colostomy bag. The Lord had spoken to me and said, immune therapy. And when I told that, and I researched it, and when I told the doctor, the oncologist, she said, oh, we don't use that for the type of cancer you have. And I said, I know, but thank God she listened because when the chemo did not work, she had been researching it, and she said, we're going to try the immune therapy. And now in the Cancer of Florida, that is what they use as their primary treatment for people, and they're seeing remarkable results. So I had to stop everything. At the time when I was diagnosed with cancer, I was running 3 businesses because I believe in multiple streams of income. I teach people multiple streams of income. And so I had 3 businesses going. I had call center, tax prep, and private duty CNA business. 75% I was running 2 of them, and about 20 to 30% I was running the third business. So you can imagine I'm flat on my back in the hospital for 20 days. And, thank God I had help, my daughters. See, that's why it's good to get that next generation involved. I was able to turn everything over to them, and they took the ball and they ran with it. And I was so proud. And I knew that whether I lived or not, they were going to be all right, and their children would be all right. And that is a feeling I wish for every parent in this world, is to know that if I'm here today or tomorrow, my children are going to be just fine because I've taught them and they've learned. So I saw the power of and the necessity for generational wealth. After I got better, my daughters threw me this big party. So we had all these people coming, clients of mine, friends, and a lot of the young people. I did a lot of work in the community. I had I started the first summer camp program, private ran summer camp program. I ran a daycare, an after school program, an infant care center. And then me and my daughters, eventually we bought a 3,000 square foot community center where we had children that was my dream, to have children, a place for children who parents could not or would not pay for them to be in daycare. The clubhouse was that place, and they came and off the streets, and we had pool tables, we had the arcade games. It was beautiful. So so it was people coming from all over. And a lot of the young people that are coming up to me, oh, Miss Gwen, we need you. We need you. We need you to start businesses. We need you. And the first time I was like, all right, cool. Second one, all right, go ahead with all that. Third one, I'm like, all right, now I'm starting to get on my nerve. I'm retired. I'm living in sunny Florida. I'm looking at the beaches and the palm trees. I said, wait a minute. I am old as hell. I said, you young people need to do this. I said, you saw it. You benefited from the programs. I said, why are you not doing it? And Mr. Davis, it broke my heart because they said, we don't know how. I thought I had did well. I thought I was able to stand before God and hear well done. But apparently I had not done as well as I thought, because while these young people had benefited from these programs, they knew they existed. They did not know how to start them themselves. And I made a vow that I will not go to the grave and take this wisdom and this knowledge and this experience. And so I started Generational Wealth because I'm on a mission And I will not stop until the day my eyes close, telling people that you do not have to struggle financially. I've helped people start businesses with $2.50. I'll tell you about that. I've helped people buy houses with no money down, not just me. It wasn't luck, it was favor. And I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm back in the game. I said, put me in the game, coach. I'm ready to play.
Well, I'm glad you're sharing the knowledge. A person can definitely learn a lot from you just with a conversation or just by listening to some of the information you've given in this broadcast. What I looked at is if they're able to get into the source, they are able. When they find the desire to improve their life, they can go to the Source of Wealth Academy. If they find that they want to make it better for not only their life, but for their future generation's life, then they want to get into the Generational Wealth Network.
Absolutely.
That's two options that you built, and you're giving this out to everyone as an opportunity. You're showing them how to do it, you're teaching them how to do it. You got it online, which right now I'm going to say I'm doing a paper right now about online teaching versus this thing they're trying to put all these kids back in school. There's pros and cons to everything, but I think what's going to make a difference is you got to realize you're sacrificing your children and some of the choices that we're making today. Whether they get whatever's going on, realize the decisions we make today for our children is going to affect our children, it's going to affect their children and their children and their children. So if all you do is you learn how to start a business, well, that's going to affect your children and their children. If you learn to invest in real estate, their children, their children. If you learn by stock. Now, the key is learn all of those and teach someone else at your level. Like you're saying, when you're nowhere near old as you think. I've had people who started business. We don't want to talk about the Colonel and how old he was when he started his business, and he was flat broke already. And you've been already and built businesses. Someone asked me, what is your title? And I'm like, well, I guess now I'm considered an entrepreneur because I actually have been holding several titles for years. So yours being a seasoned entrepreneur, where there's some people who are just starting at your level. So you're not old. Yours is some people are like just starting to get the idea or just learning, you know what, I could go into business for myself, but they don't know how. If you want to know how, visit the Source of Wealth Academy. Sign up there. If you want to know how to create generational wealth, go to the Generational Wealth Network. It's a group on Facebook. It's also a website, the Generational Wealth Network. I'll definitely have to put those posts up. I wanted to jump in there when you were saying you help people. I'm one of those examples that Miss Gwendolyn Green is actually helping myself and my family to purchase our home. And I'm like, we've been working on this. If anybody knows, we've been talking about building businesses, having different streams of income, and then purchasing real estate. And we're like, look at how, as I was told by my still sensei, that when a student is ready, the teacher shall appear. So if you're seeing this, it's time for you to get this. You need to get that. Here's the Source of Wealth. And when you have the Source of Wealth teaching you at the academy, you also have the Generational Wealth Network to support you, to continue to help you grow your net worth for your generations to come. I was the first one to like, okay, I'm down, off the jump. What I got to do? How can I support? Reach out to the Source of Wealth Academy, reach out to the Generational Wealth Network, reach out to Ms. Gwendolyn Green, reach out to myself. You can email us at wplayallday@gmail.com. You can also drop us a message on here. You guys know we stay up on our video broadcast, so you can leave comments on here. But I want to let you know that we're here to help not only you find the source of wealth, but for you to continue that wealth for generations to come. I'm glad to have you come on today and share with us. You know, we're going to have some more to come because we couldn't do all of this in any one day, let alone one broadcast. We'd be here, just so you can soak up a tidbit of how much information you have. I know the first meeting with you, I was like, I hope she doesn't mind. I took up her whole day, but I saw wealth right there. I saw like the source of wealth right on. This is This is it. Like, you've been preparing for this, guys. You're hearing this. You've been preparing for a time such as this for you to reach out to the Source of Wealth Academy, for you to learn how to have generational wealth from not only yourself, but a network of people who are building generational wealth. I told you guys before, we are in everything. If you haven't had them, you know what? I've invited to my show several realtors, melanated realtors, locally, long range. They're like, well, if I ain't selling a house, you know what, can I put my houses up for sale on there? I'm like, no, I want to tell them about how you became a realtor, what's the benefits. I talked to one today who I said, you know what, I wish everyone went to real estate class. She says if everyone went to real estate class, she would be out of business. Think about it. You got some people who are just making money on you because you don't know. Not because you couldn't do it, but because you didn't know. The same piece of paper that they push you, you could have been the paper pusher, but you didn't know what paper to push. That's it. So learn the paper to put. You gave credit to somebody who, if he was melanated, I'd be like, yeah, Mike was the best player ever. You know, shout out LeBron. You know, we do that for the sports. But I wish we had Les Brown. We got to give him credit. How about that?
Les Brown is
speaker, yeah, real estate investor, great. No, I'm fine. Thank you. Real estate investor, also motivational speaker who was teaching these things. You mentioned another name, so I had to balance that out for, you know, just for our people to know that it didn't have to come from there. You could have got this information back in the day from a melanated person who was doing it. I think, like most people going to businesses, his ticket was a little high. And that's why the competitor, they gave more marketing. I tell people, if you don't know about it, more marketing, drop the price, and that's the only reason the competition beat Les Brown selling the same information. That's it, the pricing and the marketing. And guys, that's why I'm here. If you need marketing, reach out to us, visit our website at cdbroadcasting.com. That's Charles Daphne, cdbroadcasting.com, because I am here to help you market whatever the idea. But when I came across the Source of Wealth, I'm like, man, how soon, how fast can we get this going? Because I needed it years ago, and my parents needed this years ago, but it's about what we put our money into. I don't care how much money you make, it's about what you put it into. So guys, we're putting our money into all different types of things. Some people going with a good, rich, quick scheme. None of that really works. And here's the deal. I'll tell you this, and I've learned this from a previous associate of mine, that there is a get rich quick scheme, but you're gonna have to learn how to do it. You got to learn how to buy real estate. You can make money real quick in real estate. Yeah. Forget waiting for you to get your 401k when you retire. I just got through watching a great expedition about what if we retired 20 years earlier? What if the retirement was 45? We wouldn't let people work past that. Yeah. You'd have a different plan than working for 40 years to get a 401k to live for 10 years of your life. It would be different. It would change the whole thinking. So change your thinking for now and for your future generations. We don't have to work till we're 65, retire, hope to have a pension from that. You can go and invest in real estate. You don't have to be 27. I think you do it at 18. At 18, yes, you can become financially stable for you and your family. You can make this your business. You have to learn it. They tell you to go take real estate courses. Well, this is one that is from an African-American right here. And Miss Gwendolyn Green has 2 different classes for you to take. In fact, okay, I say this, and this is gonna definitely be cut out. And if you didn't watch this to the end, this part of the video won't come out until like later. But on your offers for the college, the classes and the real estate, you actually teach classes on there for free.
For free. For free. And people can go to the Source of Wealth Academy, and we have two programs that we are teaching for free. We were blessed to get a grant, and we were able to enroll people to give them this opportunity. The other courses will come at a cost. However, and I want to say something else about the Source of Wealth program. This thing is so powerful, and I don't say this because it's my program. I feel like I just penned the thing and lived it, you know. But I have had 4 nonprofit organizations ask me to license my training material to their program. And last week I had the pleasure of being in a meeting because I also prepare business plans. And I prepared this nonprofit organization's business plan, and I licensed the Source of Wealth Education Business Development program to them. And because of that, they were awarded a $300,000 grant. And the words of the city worker who cut the check says, we're going to wrap this around the business development program. So that's one organization. I've had another organization in Philadelphia.
Results may vary depending on what you're operating in. Results may vary. I want to give you that disclaimer only because it depends on what you're doing and what you're investing in, and actually your level of knowledge. Tell people it's all out here, but the Source of Wealth Academy will give you free classes on it. They will also then take you to the next level. But once you, like I said this on the previous broadcast, starting off, you kind of got to get something going to be able to put some money in something. So once you get that first couple classes in there and you learn how to invest something, you learn how to improve your life, even if it's just balancing your time better, what you invest in, those type of things make a difference. And that increases your wealth to make it so you're now able to invest in yourself. And I didn't see it. I'm thinking, I don't know, then we talk, you say you don't want to talk about prices. You have a price on your website too. So that's called transparency. You're not like, keep following me, give me your email, let me talk to you later about it. Look, we'll give you these classes for free. And that is where that becomes a source of wealth for people to go there to learn how to make money in the program without even investing anything yet. Now, as they go on, they see the value in it. And this is taught by a lot of business developers. Let them see the value in it. Once they see the value in it, the ticket will come. And then we're like, and yours is the marketing is all that was needed. The pricing, I think, is great. And I'll leave that for you. If you want to take us to your website on this one, that would be great. Can we go to the Generational Wealth Network?
We sure can. And if you give me sharing rights, I'm going to go ahead and pull.
Look, Auntie, I just had all of it. Let me do that.
Right.
Let me see.
Pull up. Yes, and
there it is.
All right, and let me pull the Zoom back up, the meeting back up, and I'm going to share the screen. Share that. All right, so this here is the Source of Wealth, the Generational Wealth Empowerment Network. And I was moved to do this because I know I've always known, even the Source of Wealth Academy was always designed to build individual wealth and collective wealth, because it's not enough just to have individual wealth, because what will happen, you'll be the rich one, but then if something happened to you, what happens to the rest of the family? What happens to the children? So we have to start thinking on a collective level. So the Generational Wealth Empowerment Network, that is what that is about. This is about. And there are 3 levels. We are bringing a group of people together to build and pool resources. There's a free guide on here, how to build generational wealth in 1 year or less. I encourage everybody go to the site and get that free guide. And you're going to learn about the 4 things that I recommend to build generational wealth. So this program here, we are going to help people start businesses. We're going to help people become homeowners. The core members, they will be eligible for grants for their businesses. And they will be eligible for assistance with home ownership. Every dime, almost every dime that is paid into this program is going into a pool that will support the members. And I say this, if you don't join Generational Wealth or Source of Wealth, please do not invest another dime into something unless they are investing back into you. This is one of the problems with our people. We have wealth and we are millionaire makers. we help other people become millionaires because we sow into so many people's lives. I think that's why we're blessed too, by the way. So this is like I said, get the guide free. And then this website tells about all about us. We've over 30 years experience, increase spending power, decrease expenses, build individual and group generational wealth, which is a lethal combination to ending poverty. We talk about the education, the importance of education, the importance of business development, the importance of real estate investing. Real estate is one of the fastest ways to change your financial situation, our financial. And the plan is beautiful. It's simple mathematics. And all of this people will get, and we have our programs, the basic program, which is great for people who they've never had a business. They've never had a business. They know they have to do something though. And that's $35 a month, $35 a month. And with that, they're going to get the program that normally sells for $2.99 a month, which is the Source of Wealth Academy, is the business training. So they're going to get top of the line business development training, real estate investment training, credit repair, financial backing of this organization. And then the core level is for people who may have started a business already, or they've maybe been in business for 5 years or so, even 10, but they don't know how to take it to that next level. This is where these are the core members, and they will be eligible for grants of $1,000 or more upon the completion of the training. They will get mentoring by the pro member levels, business development, plus all of the same benefits of the basic level. And that is perfect for new entrepreneurs or relatively young entrepreneurs in the game. Maybe they've been in 5 years. That's $40 a month. And then we have our pro level where we are handpicking people. And these pro level members will receive no less than $20,000 in compensation. It is not pay, it is compensation, because we are asking them to contribute from their knowledge, at least one program. It could be in stocks. It could be if they have more information on different types of real estate investing. This could be in business credit grants. We have one lady, she is a pro member, and I've been working with her, and her specialty is grants. And we have partnered together and have, I mean, crazy money. It's like ridiculous money, millions of dollars in grants we have helped secure. And she's coming on board as a pro member, and she's going to bring that relationship and that knowledge to the table. We have a gentleman who understands the importance of insurance in building generational wealth, and he is gifting one of his programs on this level. And all of that knowledge is going to go to the core members and the base members. So that's why people who are on the pro level will get compensation. And the group money that is raised from the group will be invested to get additional training. This type of training that is so expensive that the average person, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. There is information out there that can propel us to that next level, but it costs. And there are people, and they're like, I really want to share this information, for $15,000, and I can't fault them. Their price is their price. Now, some people say, why would you do this? Why do you give this away? I give it away because it is not about the money. I don't get money. I don't make my money by selling people and telling them how to get money. That's not how I make my money. I make my money by starting businesses, running businesses, investing in real estate. I make my money by doing what I teach other people to do. This money, I this money is going into a collective pool that will be a portion of it will be used to purchase real estate, land that we as a group will control. Now you imagine this, you would do what group you know, who can you knock on their door and say, hey, listen, I need you to back me. I'm going to get my mortgage. And they say, I can't get my mortgage. Can you guarantee my mortgage? We got you. We got you. And that's what role this group will play. So I really, really encourage people to take advantage of it. In 1 year, less than 1 year, you're going to be able to say, if I'm here today or tomorrow, my babies are taken care of. And I want that for every person. That my nickname is G Money over the years. Everybody call me G Money. And I love you saw I'm going to show the source of wealth because I want to show you my 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 what do they call that, branding or something, my brand. This is me. If everybody want to know, okay, who is this lady? I have been around for a long time. I hosted Source of Wealth talk show for 7 years. And so this is me right here, right here. Can you see that?
Definitely.
That's me. I could do this all day.
I wanted you to show that part too. This is where we talk about the free offer, where they can actually go to the source of wealth. That's why we said we didn't need it. This is the website. We want to lead them to, so they know how to learn some of the things that you're teaching and be able to improve their life so that they can invest in the next generation and be part of the generational wealth network. The source of wealth, thinkific.com. You can go to the source of wealth, thinkific.com, and you can actually look on here and you'll see there's the secret formulas for business success. There are 7 lessons, but she's giving one of the lessons to you for free. When it comes to progressive self-investment, there are 5 lessons in addition to another lesson that she'll give you free. So I just want to make sure I get it right. Are they able to get the free lesson without purchasing the 7 lessons? They can just go there and learn for free?
Oh, they get all 7 lessons free.
All 7 lessons are free?
The secret formula for business success is a process that I use. I learned at 27 or 28 how to start businesses. And I have taught this to everyone I know. You will never, when you learn this, you will never struggle financially. One of my students, I'm going to get him to do a testimonial. He said, Miss Gwen, he said, what did you do to me? He said, I see money everywhere. I said, I know, I told you. There is no scarcity. And for so long, because it has been so hard for us to get ahead financially, a lot of our people think that there is scarcity in the world, and there isn't. There is a need everywhere that we look, and we can fill that need. So I encourage everyone, you will never be broke another day in your life. And I'll tell you, I use this. When I woke up and I was flat on my back with 25 staples holding me together, I knew I couldn't work. So I had to shift. And I said, okay, what can I do? What can I do? This training right here was responsible for me tripling my income during a time when I could not work. But this knowledge was so in me, I just boom, 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 boom. It just automatically kicked in. And it's because of this training that I have not suffered financially. Cancer is an expensive disease. And even if I had $1 million cash money in my hand, I would have lost everything covering the cost of my treatments. I saw people turned away for life-saving treatment because they did not know what I knew. And uh, the Bible says God's people perish because of a lack of knowledge. And all it is a lack of knowledge. This information is available. And like I said, I'm not going to stop, until I close my eyes. And, and progressive self-investment, that's my baby. That's free. Um, because I want people to make money. You understand what I'm saying? Before people spend a dime, invest a dime, I want them to be comfortable. I want them to be making money. And I'm going to share with you a money
So
making.
let me get a clarification just to make
Yeah,
sure for everyone's information. They're
yeah.
able to get 7 lessons for free and 5 lessons for free that will make it so they will never be facing poverty again in their life.
In their life. Progressive self-investment, I use that is effective in any business a person starts. I've had people over the years, they'll come to me and they'll say, well, Miss Gwen, I can't afford this house. And I say, okay, no, you need to start a business. And they look at me like I'm strange. And I say, okay, what can you do? And well, I don't have any money. I recently had a young lady, she wanted to start a catering business. And I told her, I said, okay, you start with what you have. That's progressive self-investment. And it teaches people how to start with what they have and build. I have had helped people to start businesses with $25. And the one I'm most proud about is I help a man go into business. He had a sign standing there asking for money. And I went and purchased him 2 cases of water. And I asked him to sell the bottles of water and tell the people in the car, $1.50. And take a portion of that money and reinvest it. I saw him a few months later and he said, Miss Gwen, I'm the water man. I'm the water man. He said, I'm making $150 a day. He would take it and he'd go to the parks, he'd freeze the water. And when they hot and playing ball, boy, they was buying that water like it was gold. So for $5, $2.50 a case, a gentleman was able to change his life. So these are the things, this is my reward. So for people, they're like, well, why did she do this? Why did she do this? Number one, I have a calling on my life to bring God's people out of debt. That's the name of my book. The Mandate Fulfilled, Bring God's People Out of Debt. And I believe there are
Definitely
a
want to get
lot of
that in
people.
there. We
Yeah.
haven't talked about your book. I've been so caught up in the source of wealth, thinkific.com and the Generational Wealth Network that we said it, but we hadn't mentioned that you've also written a few books to help out that people can also go onto Amazon and purchase. The name of your book that's on them, the books on Amazon are
The Mandate Fulfilled, Bring God's People Out of Debt. That is an account of the 20 years that I was a student and I learned how to create wealth and build wealth using business development and real estate investing. And it also talks about many of the people that I helped along the way. And it talks about the challenges of, learning. And it is a fantastic book because I think that there are a lot of people who have a calling on their lives. I've seen quite a few of them on your show. And when we have a mandate on our life, you're one of them, your wife is one of them. When we have a calling on our lives to help people, that calling never goes away. But that calling costs money to feed the hungry, to house the homeless, to clothe the naked, to help the widows, to help the children. These missions and these ministries cost money, and we are the head and not the tail, and we are above and not beneath. And the Bible gives us a clue on this. It says God is rich in houses and land. He holds the wealth of the world in his hand. So when people talking about, oh, wealth is the transference of wealth, We know what the wealth is, houses and land. He holds the wealth of the world in his hand. So we need to be buying real estate, y'all. We need to be buying land. We need to be starting our own businesses so that we are self-sufficient, like the woman who had the crew of oil and it never ran dry. That was a business. She became a candle maker. You know, this was a business. And so, yes, so this is the results of my 20 years, well, 30 years of experience. It was 20 years when I retired. I retired at 44, y'all. Don't retire at 44. It's boring. But, and now I'm semi-retired, but I love to work. I love what I do, and I will not go back to it, go back to that silent period. Like I said, I hosted a talk show for 7 years. I was out there. I was going around doing seminars. I probably would be blown up big by now, but I said, I'm done. I retired. I've been looking at the water and the beaches, but I've also been helping people start businesses still. That's what I do. I have continued to do that. I've continued to work with people. And now I've branched out into working with organizations, nonprofit organizations, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well, we're getting close to that wrap up, and I've been asking everyone. So I guess this will be part of our theme for the show because we are Africans networking worldwide. So at this point in the show, as we wrap up, I'd like for you to have a chance to what would you like to say to Africans worldwide?
I say we are millionaire makers. Everywhere we're at, there's wealth. We have to understand that the only reason that we don't see the manifestation of the wealth in our lives is because of a lack of knowledge, how to get it, and because we're sowing into other people and other nationalities and other homes. And we have to give that love to ourselves. We've got to invest in businesses. We have to invest in our education, knowledge. They say knowledge is a power, but I say applied knowledge is power. Applied knowledge. Be not only a hearer, but a doer. So we've got to invest in our knowledge and our wisdom, and then we have to apply it. And we have to become business owners or create jobs for those who are not business owners. And we have to become homeowners and landowners. And you can do that with the source of wealth. So join us.
You heard it here on WPLAY, where we play all day, but we talk about those things you need to know. You need to know about the source of wealth, where they actually give you education on how to make it so you don't have to face poverty anymore in your life. No matter where you are in the world, she's given this opportunity that you can go onto the website, thesourceofwealth.thinkific.com. I'll definitely have that posted, but you'll be able to go in there and you can learn some things right now, today, for free. I just thought it was one class free, forgive me, but to see that you're giving 12 lessons of life for free that are not taught to us in 12 years of education. I've spoke against this part. I'm not going to get on my pet peeve, but wrapping up here, if you want to make it better for your life, go check out thesourceofwealth.thinkific.com. Definitely take a look at the 7 classes about the secret formula for business success. Check out the 5 lessons about progressive self-investment. Understand this is self-investment because she's giving this to you free. Only you got to invest is the time. How long, I got to ask you because I'm taking online classes now, how long would it take for a person to complete all 12 courses there?
Well, there's homework assignments with each lesson. So I'd say a week, and I do live Q&As every Monday for all of the students. If they have questions, they need additional guidance. I also do one-on-one mentoring when people are ready to get out there and fly and put their businesses into operation, because that is what I expect. I would say in about the 3rd week, you should be ready to get your business up and going. So yeah, yeah. And then also I want to tell people I believe in working from home. Long before this COVID thing happened, I had a call center, and I still have it. And I have people working from the comfort of their home. Before I went in the hospital, I had a building, and they came in and worked there. But now I transferred them to working from home. And now I'm getting so many calls, and they're like, Miss Gwen, thank you. I didn't have to, I'm not hurting. My friends lost their jobs. So we do hire. There are companies like Walgreens, Comcast, Disney, Home Depot, the towing companies. Oh, I mean, reputable companies that we have contracts with. And I tell people, if a person, listen, if you say, I want to join Generational Wealth Empowerment Network, but I don't have the money. Can I please, can I please put some money in your house so that that $35 ain't nothing but a drop in the bucket? It's less than your tithe would be. Can I please put some money in your house right now?
So now this is going to make this be definitely a booster here. Are you saying that you also hire them to do work from home as
Yeah,
a call center operator?
yes, yes.
Okay. And how do they reach out to do that?
They could reach out to me online. I posted on the Facebook page, groups, Generational Wealth Empowerment Network. I post it constantly, even on my private Facebook page. Every day I get calls from lenders who have money for real estate investing. And I just got a call today. Miss Green, I'm sending you the updated information for our loan program. I said, okay, thank you. And please, like he said, I am kind of the source of wealth. Please.
I said it, we understand spiritually, of course, we say the source of wealth, but this spirit operates through people. So that's where you have to be. They say you have to be linked in, plug, get the plug. Yeah, and that's what it would be called. We used to call you the plug. Now that didn't mean you was growing it, but it just meant you had to link to it. So you was the plug. Now I call it the source. But we're like, if you go there, I just learned some more, and I'm like, wow, okay. It just keeps springing up. You just keep springing, and that's why, like, look, because you have so many different ways that you've learned to create different streams of income, which I've been speaking on for years. That we have to have more than one stream. And now 2020, everyone's like, I got to. No, you should have been doing it. I should have been doing it, but we weren't being taught these type of things. We were taught, go to school, get that good job, work there for 40 years, retire at 65. When that was just training that they were taking us through. Really, if you had the right plug or you knew about the source 20 years ago, you've been on here too talking about, look, I got so much, I got free time, I'll teach the classes. Yeah, you could join my program, I'll mentor you, I'll put you in business. Okay, so with that being said, that means I'm getting close to my time. That lets me know the T is low. But definitely reach out to Miss Gwendolyn Green. And can I call you TG Money? Because that's my auntie. I said, you've been adopted. Me and my wife adopted Mrs. Green like the first time after this conversation. And we operate in the spirit. So we were like, what she's got going is where we were supposed to be going to. And I'll say this again, when a student is ready, the teacher shall appear. So if you're looking at this here, here's your first 7 lessons. Here's another 5 lessons. She's even going to give you an online to walk you through it. And this stuff is free. So within the next 30 days of your life, you can change your situation, whether it's to make it completely different or to add on to it. She's giving you this as a source of wealth. Knowledge is the part that I don't want to give you. The source of this wealth is the knowledge. The one thing that no one can steal from you is knowing. And he's given us the ability to create wealth, but he's given us the ability to think. So you have to learn how to create the wealth. Yes, you have the ability. Learn how to create it. She's giving you these lessons free. That's at the source of wealth.thinkific.com. Then she says, you know, I've learned that I have to do it for not just me, but my children. And that's where the Generational Wealth Empowerment Network comes up. You go to generationalwealthempowermentnetwork.com, look at the whole program. I'm a numbers person. If you're a numbers person, I want to say that part that I didn't see earlier, and what people have to see is the picture. But if you don't know numbers, it might not work for you. If you're an investor, you can learn, but learn. That's why I wanted that Source of Wealth. The Source of Wealth Academy is giving you free knowledge on how to create wealth for yourself, like within 30 days. And it's free. They're not saying, give me $9.95 or, you know, come to my course for $295. No, she says, you know, I want it to be that you have enough wealth already from what I'm giving you for free.
Yes.
That you could have no problem dropping $50 a month for the next generation to be blessed from you. It's an investment. I looked at that and I said, you know, I'm definitely want to be at the pro level. I don't think I have the same things that contribute, but I told this to everyone else. Everyone plays a part in everything. I might not be the real estate guru, but as a lot of people say now, I'm the social media guru. And I'm like, okay, cool. So that's my part. But you play a part too. I don't care if it was because you do website design, or because you know how to do taxes, or because you know how to develop businesses, or because you're a lawyer, because you're a doctor. This is about our networking together. And that's why I'm so glad that I've been able to meet Ms. Green, that I've been able to get part of this and be able to share this with you, because I've been speaking on it. And now here's someone who's living it. I'm in my first generation of where we're looking at creating wealth that'll be left for our children. And unfortunately, my parents and their parents, I want to say my granddad probably had an idea. He tried. Give him his credit, rest in peace. But he didn't teach. He didn't know enough to teach his children, or for his children to do the same type of things to make it so the next generation would not have to get it out the mud, as my wife says. You get it out the mud because your parents had to do, someone had to do a GoFundMe to just bury them, let alone pay off any debt they might have had, let alone pay the bills for the family. We speak about life insurance, that's a whole nother broadcast, but those things weren't taught in us. So now you have someone who's teaching you how to get it out the mud and then make enough so you're able to make something for the next generation. And then you have the knowledge that you're able to share with that generation, which makes the generation after that, and the generation after that, and the generation after that better. Yeah. So thank you so much for being on our show today, Ms. Green. Definitely, I'm going to invite you back. It's more wealth of knowledge that you have, being the source of wealth of knowledge to help everyone's life. And I push a lot for African Americans. I push a lot for melanated people. I even said people of color, but I say that, you know, that's a 1% difference between everybody. So we're all sisters and brothers. But that doesn't stop me from being that 1% difference, being melanated. So I definitely reach for where I see the greatest need being in our people, and not having the knowledge, not knowing. And then when they do have a chance to learn it, like you said, it's a program. It's going to cost them $295 just to learn how to do step 1 through 2. 1 through 3, you know how to, draw up a paper and call people. You know how to call people 10 times, but it works. You had to pay $300 to be able to learn how to do that. And then you're done. That's all you got. And you're like, I got to pay some more money just to learn step 4. And right now you're offering all this wealth of knowledge to change a person's life, to increase their position in life, to increase their net worth. And you're doing that at the source of wealth.thinkific.com. Definitely also visit the website, the generationalwealthnetwork.com. Thanks for tuning in.
Say that. Generational Wealth Empowerment Network.com, because we want to empower the people. Generational Wealth Empowerment Network.com.
Thank you, because that's a big part to leave out, the empowerment part, because you're now you've learned how to create wealth. Now you're getting part of a network of people who are creating wealth, and now we pull together. And man, you guys just stay tuned for more. That's all I got. Stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Thank you so much, Ms. Green. Thank you guys for tuning in here at WPLAY, where we play all day, but we talk about those things you need to know. You need to know that we have the Source of Wealth Academy right here for you. You can go there and learn something today at the Source of Wealth.thinkific.com. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for being on the show, Ms. Green. You guys have a great day and a great life.
Thank you.